Tony here from the CivSim channel. Welcome you back to another exciting video on Gaijin Entertainment's War Thunder. And without further ado, let's get into the action. I'm flying the Premium P51 Mustang over Krimisk, going against both the Germans and the Russians. Right now I'm going after a Euro 2. One of my friends is in the Mark. The other Premium Mustang is also going to him. Now I did, ooh, that was close. Now one of the things I did do that I shouldn't have done with the rockets is I fired at the very beginning. I fired the rockets, and you really need to be in a straight line. If you're turning like this, your rockets are not going to hit. And of course he's down now, and I think I got an assist. Yes, I did. So, and there's another year two. There were around 2 or 3 year twos in this match. But you want to be firing the rockets if you're in a straight line. If you're not in a straight line, you're never going to hit with rockets. But that's not really the point of this video. The point of this video will be, as you see as the video progresses, will be why you finish your kills. Why, you know, if you have a kill or an easy target to kill, why you should kill it. And I'll be going over that in just a little bit. For now, I'm going to continue with the play because we are in the heat of the action. I have shorten the video somewhat so that way I'm in the action more instead of like spending half the video climbing up to the action. There's historical, which are now realistic battles, and of course simulator battles, for real battles. For those who have played it in the past know that, you know, it takes a while to get into the action. Now there's another thing that's going on with that year too. He's landing at that little airpoint. You do not want to do that. If you know you have enemies near you, and you can easily check by looking at the radar on the top right of the corner, you can tell that there are enemies there. And of course, he's now low and slow, and he just did a touch and go, what pilots would call a touch and go. He just rolled down the runway and he took off again. Of course, the AA isn't going to help him much. Now this is where I could have used the rockets, because I'm in a straight line. I really could have hit him, but I'm not just going to pepper him with the machine guns. He's dead. Pilot kill. Ooh, I gotta be careful there. Now I gotta watch out for the AA. And now I'm turning around trying to avoid that AA. Might try and Skype one of those. Yep, try. Now at this point, if you look at the radar, you'll see that there's a few other aircraft. So I'm gonna miss that AA because someone's on me. There we go. Yak 9P, and those are very maneuverable and very dangerous. The Russians in patch 1.37, where they did get some great aircraft. The Yak 3P is one of them. You also, actually, I think it's 9P. Excuse me. You also have a few other Russian aircraft, but the new Russian aircraft are very, very good and very, very maneuverable. Unlike the Yak 9Ts, which in realistic battles aren't that well. Now this is where having teammates really helps out. All of my teammates came to my rescue very quickly, which is a good thing. And I'm just going to be mowing the lawn here, trying to take out probably some of the AA, because it is a very big, dangerous... There we go, we got it. So destroyed, alright. Now at this point, due to some of the damage from the AA and also from some of the other enemies, I have some damage to both of my wings, which is never a good thing, because especially after patch 1.37, ooh, that was close. You gotta watch when you're, you know, flying close quarters combat, that you don't run into your teammates or shoot them down as well. So there we go, another one. Oh, coming in too fast. I don't want to crash into it, so I just decide to avoid that AA. And that's another thing, a lot of pilots sometimes fly into the target. Don't do that. You know, if you're coming in way too fast and you're not gonna have a good shot, just climb up, just, you know, come back around, loop around, and attack that. You know, it's a lot better than just plowing into the ground, and especially in realistic battles, which aren't good. Now I'm going to help out that I'm thinking of maybe helping out that teammate, but I'm seeing there's 2 aircraft there. They're higher than me, and I've got a damaged wing. I am not as maneuverable, so I'm going to fall back, and I'm going to hope that F4U and the other teammates that are also mowing the lawn over there, taking out those AA, are going to help and help me take them out. I'm seeing that one of them is on fire. Unfortunately, that's the teammate that's going down. Yep, in the Mustang. who is jet powered, so he's a jet fighter. Now there's 3 of them. One of the I-153s, that's also one of the newer Russian aircraft, very maneuverable, so I'm not going to go over there. There's 3 to 1. I'm probably not going to make it too well. Again, I'm passing that guy, rolling my rings in salute, if you will. And I'm just going to try and climb here as best I can, because altitude is everything. Altitude is key because it allows you to have some speed and maneuverability. Now I'm seeing 2 of my teammates there. I'm thinking I can come in and help, so I'm going to try and come in and help attack that Yak 3 and that I-153 over there. I believe that's an I-153, unless I'm getting the numbers wrong. No, I-153, unless it's a 63. No, I don't think so. So I'm coming in at this aircraft. Gonna miss, of course. Having a damaged wing and everything does make it a lot harder to get the spread of the ammo in the correct, location. Gonna turn around over here. There's, now that Yak 3 is gonna actually be very lucky at the end of the game, and he's actually gonna he's gonna demonstrate why you should always finish your kills if you have the opportunity. There, the I-153 is down. Now we've got 3 of us, and now it is just him. He's the last survivor. All of those not the Yaks, the bombers are gone, so it's just him now. Now once again he's doing, he was trying to land, he's done a touch and go, and so now he's flying very low, and now we've got 3 of our guys on him. There is no way he's going to make it, right? Yeah, well, we'll see about that. So the F4U is again ahead of us. I'm just going to provide some cover for him, just to make sure he doesn't get away. Oh, there's that Mustang. I think we had, we had 2. Okay, we had a few premium aircraft in here, and the higher tiers in realistic battles you do tend to get more premium aircraft. So we're going to go after him again. The others are a little bit lower than me, but they are a little bit faster. I've got the high ground, so I'm just going to help. So again, we're going to chase him. Now he's doing kind of a smart thing, and that's he's going back towards his base. And especially now after patch 1.37, the base's AI, or not AI, I always call it AI, but it's anti-aircraft guns. Those anti-aircraft guns are really overpowered now. If they weren't overpowered prior to patch 1.37, they are now, so they are very dangerous. It's very easy to die. Now I've gained the altitude and speed advantage. One of them is now going for the ground targets, which is a very bad idea. If you've got someone, go after them. But this isn't necessarily looking good, because he's probably going to be flying around the base. He's not going to land. He's not stupid. So he knows, and there's one of my teammates going hopefully in for him. So I'm just going to follow him. I believe it's, yep, that, it's the Premium Spitfire for the Americans, which is an awesome aircraft. A lot more maneuverable than the P51. Especially when it has rockets. The P51 does tend to be a little bit less maneuverable. Doing a little scissor type thing here. I'll make sure I don't crash into him. So again, I'm just trying to stay on him as a wingman, because we're going to need 2 aircraft to take out that guy, because he's flying over the base and there's a lot of AA there. And so I'm not going to be attacking. So there's that F4U. There's that Spitfire. F4U is coming back in, so is the Spitfire. Now I'm just going to be keeping my distance here. Now, of course, he's gone a little bit beyond the AAI, not AI, the base anti-aircraft. You know what I mean when I say AI. Anyhow, so we've got 3 of us on him, so it really should be very easy. Now the F4U is coming. I'm not sure where the Spit went. But I'm just going to cover whoever's there, just because when you've got 2 guys on him, this should have been very easy. Usually if you have like 3 guys on this, you could very easily attack. Now there's that Spit, he's retreating, and unfortunately the AA just got the F4U, and so now I'm damaged, and that Spitfire has kind of abandoned me. And this is why you really need to go in as a team effort. Now, you don't always get a team going. It's very hard to coordinate things with players. especially when you're on the Russian server, or sometimes even the EU server when you have people speaking different languages. I mean, if you don't speak the same language, you can't communicate with them. But now I'm in a very bad position. My wings are damaged, um, and that's not good. And plus, he's over his base. Now, one of the things I could have done here, and probably should have done in hindsight, is just return back to the base. Give him a false sense of security and return to the base. Now, granted, I was low on ammo, but I probably had enough ammo to take him out. And so this is probably what I should have been doing, because what's going to happen is that Spitfire is going to be doing his thing, and I'm going to be returning to the base. So it's going to be a long and arduous journey back to the base. Now this is a very now granted, in real warfare, this would be the thing you want to do. You're outnumbered, you're outgunned, you're damaged. You want to return to the base. However, and this is something I need to learn to do a little bit more in War Thunder as well, both in arcade and in realistic battles, is to be more aggressive. I am a very defensive player. If I see that, you know, the chances of me losing are very high and that I have a chance to repair and everything, I'm gonna go and repair and fix my aircraft and, you know, get it back into optimal shape and then come back and attack. Now what's happening is, well, I'm flying all the way back. He's landed now. Alright, that guy in the Yak 3 has landed. He is now repairing. Me and the Spitfire, I believe the Spitfire was also kind of low on ammo. That's probably one of the reasons why he decided to not to bug out. And I was kind of low on ammo as well. And so now we're bugging out back to our base. Now he's repairing. Alright, now he is the last one, except for Shoji, the invincible AI. I believe that was Shoji on there, who is at 70,000 or higher, basically. Which is another thing that I want to address, is that the AI have become seriously OP since patch 1.37. Not only can they one-shot you now and set you on fire, by the way, fires have also become very OP since this patch. You get set on fire, and prior in the game you could get the fire out and you'd be okay. Now it's fire, 3 seconds, you're dead, and you're down. Or you blow up. Either or, whichever happens first. So I think they should dumb down the fires a little bit, because aircraft now, well, there's two things with the fires. One, either you hit them once and they set ablaze and they're done, or you keep shooting them time after time after time again, even with stealth ammo, and they don't light up. So it's one extreme or the other. Either they light up like a candlestick, or they just don't light up at all. So hopefully Gaijin can fix that. I liked it kind of like in patch 1.35, where you'd put a few shots in them, then they'd start on fire, then sometimes they'd, you know, die with the fire, sometimes they wouldn't. I like that a lot more, because I found that was a lot more balanced. Now granted, this game, I know that with the patches they tried to rebalance it and everything, so I suppose sometime, you know, and not only with the rebalance, but also to try and make it more historically accurate. And that's what patch 1.37 they hope to achieve, making the game more historically accurate. And that's one of the things that Gaijin have done very well at, making the game very realistic, as opposed to, say, Wargaming's with World of Warplanes, which is more of a generic arcade game. It's not really as realistic. As there's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, if you're playing a pure arcade type game, which World of Warplanes is, no problem with it. But again, with the back to the historical accuracy, and I'm not sure how easy it was for aircraft to catch on fire, but from what I read in the patch notes and everything, they did try to make that a little bit more realistic, and aircraft getting set on fire and that happening is a little bit more realistic. But then again, with everything, you know, there's only so much you can do with a game. The game, you know, can never be perfect. The game can never ever be fully balanced. You know, you balance it one way and then the other side's complaining. Bombing points with bombers is a big topic right now, with you know, aircraft bombing certain bombing points, and all of a sudden the game's over because you have squads in nothing but bombers. They attack all of the bombing points, the ticket counter goes out, and boom, game over. Now, prior to that, the bombers like the B-17 had nothing to bomb. They had only ground targets, and so they'd be shot down very easily. Now, I'm trying to land here. I'm going way too fast. I should have probably gone around, so I'm going to kind of slam into the ground here. There's that, what was he again? I forget what he is. Spitfire? Yep, I'm going around. I came in way too fast. Should have slowed down a lot more. This is another thing. When the patch first came out, the air speeds that I was used to, because this is just when the patch came out, I'm making the recording now, is the speeds at which you could land were reduced a lot. I noticed that you had to come in a lot slower in order to land properly. So I'm just going around. Once again, trying to make a tight turn here to get back to the base. Now, granted, if I was in a real aircraft, professional pilots are saying, "Oh my goodness, this is not how you land an aircraft," and that's very true. This is probably the do's and don'ts, because I still haven't lost a lot of speed, and I'm going to end up plowing on the runway. Now that Spitfire is going up, hopefully to intercept that Yak 3. Of course, I'm coming in again way too fast. Again, I'm seeing retract flaps, which means I'm coming too fast. But I'm deciding, hey, I'm just gonna crash and burn, literally crash and burn. And now, granted, one of the things, another thing that I've noticed is a lot of times it will say the aircraft is too damaged to be repaired, and that's another thing I noticed with patch 1.37. This was one of the mini patches that came after this, so this was one of the last times I could make a landing like this and still repair. After one of the mini patches from that occurred after this video, if you were to do this and land and crash land like this, you would not be able to repair. It would tell you you're too damaged to repair. So you gotta be very careful. Do not land like this. This is how not to land. And speaking of how not to land, and what this video is about, there's that one gentleman who just, he's killed me, basically. Aircraft now is too damaged to repair that Yak 3. So he repaired while we were flying back to our base, and then he just came and boom, there he is again. And he has now killed me. So again, this is a very big point. If you have the ability, always try and go after the kill, and always try and speak. I didn't do necessarily a good job at communicating with that Spitfire, and I really should have communicated with him and said, you know what, let's work together and let's just attack him now. We had 3 aircraft on him, and we didn't do anything, and now it's just him and the Yak 3, and the Yak 3 is now coming back, and I'm just gonna leave my aircraft because he's basically, gonna get a free kill, kind of. There's Ryo, one of the Avengers, and there's Tesla. Now, one of the interesting things I also noticed about the AI is the AI keeps crashing into the mountain. That's a bug in this, and I really need to report that on the forums. It's always one of those Avengers. It's always crashing in that same exact spot on these maps. But yeah, there's that Spitfire going after the Yak. Now he's gonna take down the Yak, thankfully. Unfortunately, there's now an AI left, and that AI, Shoji, is gonna be at oh my goodness, 70,000 feet. The game would not end for another hour. Well, not an hour, but basically it's gonna go down to the clock, and we ended up losing because Shoji was way off 60,000 feet. That's another thing. With the new patches, you need to attack the AI first. Especially if you have a heavy AI match, which you're going to have now with the matchmaker. Always attack the AI, especially the fighters. The bombers, not so much. The fighters, however, they will not only outspeed you, and they're going like 300 miles per hour, speeds that some aircraft are not. Like there's a Hurricane AI in one of the maps, Malta, I think, and a few others that was going in incredible speeds that Hurricanes do not fly at. I mean, the AI used to be, if you thought they were OP when they were biplanes, they're now more seriously OP now that they're regular aircraft. And well, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please rate, comment, or subscribe. And as always, please stay tuned for more. This is Tony for the Sim channel, signing out. Catch you guys next time.